Hello, my name is Rachel Hornblow and I'm going to be your child's class teacher this year in Year 2. It's been a pleasure getting to know your children over the last couple of weeks, and I've been so impressed with how they've settled back into their learning after the summer holidays. I've put together a PowerPoint for you with some information about how the year's going to run. So please have a look through. There is audio clips on each slide as well with a bit more information. If there are any questions or anything after the PowerPoint, please do send me an email via the school office. Thank you. The key aims that we share here with the children at St Mary's are that they are respectful, responsible and ready for learning. And you can see these reflected through the aims that I've listed here. We are in the final year of Key Stage 1. And we will be encouraging the children to be as independent as they possibly can. Obviously, we are here to help when we need to with things like finding uniform or making sure children are where they need to be at the right time. But we do try and encourage children as much as possible to be in charge of their own belongings from now on. So to that end, it'd be really, really useful if you could just ensure everything is named. Because as you can imagine, there is a lot of uniform left here sometimes at the end of the day. Other things that we'll be encouraging: always good manners, being helpful, asking if there's anything that they can do to help. We've always got jobs that children can do here. The core skills are English, maths and science, but the breadth of the curriculum includes subjects such as history, geography, art, DT, and you'll see in a moment that the topics that I have designed across the year allow us to teach those various subjects through different headings and different, hopefully exciting topics for the children. So the way that the topics work is that we have a main theme per half term, and we begin introducing each theme with a big question, which we will then have a chance to debate in our class. We take a cross-curricular approach to our work, so wherever possible, all of our lessons will link to whatever that theme or that topic is for that half term. It's not always possible, and we don't want to make tenuous links, so sometimes there might be standalone lessons or standalone units of work which don't link, but wherever possible we do try and link everything to our topic. You can see our topic map is now on the website. It's Castles, Dragons and Knights, so any books that you have at home that the children have got on those themes, it'd be great to have in, and I can read them to the children. We will continue to teach phonics for the children who are still working on the Letters and Sounds programme, and that will be taught in a much more smaller group setting until the children are secure with those sounds. We're also introducing the children to a weekly spelling programme by the company called Read Write Inc. So every week they'll be introduced to a new spelling rule, and we will practice applying that spelling rule, and they each have a spelling book where they will complete games and activities that help them to embed that rule. Shortly, in the next few weeks, we'll also be introducing a cursive handwriting programme called Pen Pals, where the children will be taught at least 2 handwriting lessons a week, which focus on a particular join. And then over the year, that will then build up so that hopefully by the time they finish Key Stage 1, they will be writing in a cursive script. We're also continuing to teach Power Maths. That's the programme that we use here at St Mary's, and the children in this class will have had that programme in Year 1 as well. So the way that that's taught will be familiar to them. So here we have the topic grid for the whole of the academic year, and hopefully there'll be something here that your child will enjoy. I've been teaching these topics now for a year or two, and they are very exciting, and we do try and involve the children's enjoyments and their skills and hobbies as much as possible. So if there's a particular topic there that you think, oh, they're going to really enjoy that one, then please do send in things from home. You can also see the different curriculum focus for each of the topics. Now that just tells you which subjects will be taught mainly through that topic. We will still be teaching all subjects all the time, but it just makes sure that we've covered the breadth of the curriculum over the course of the whole year. So in Year 2, there will be an expectation that the children will complete challenges that we set from school at home. We have signed up to a programme called School Jam, which is linked directly to Power Maths, the programme that we use to teach maths in our school. So you will notice that you've got a login for the School Jam website, and on that I will be able to upload activities and games directly linked to the learning in class. So your child should hopefully already know what they have to do. As often as I can, I'll be showing the children in class as well, so they know what to expect. I've also sent home the list of words for the children to learn for the half-termly spelling challenge, something that they will already be used to from year 1. So we'll continue to complete those every half term. We do expect the children to be reading regularly at home with an adult, and wherever possible, that is recorded in the reading record book. The children all know their set days for changing their books. I haven't changed that from year 1, so that hopefully that's something that they will remember. And on that day that they change their books, I do encourage them to show me their reading records so I can read the comments that you've been making. And then anytime an adult in school reads with your child, they will have a look at those comments as well. So please do write in them because we are reading them. And also, please ensure that the reading records and the books are always kept in your child's book bag, because we often have volunteers or other adults in the school who want to read with the children, and we like to be able to record that, and also for the child to be reading the book that they've had that week rather than a brand new book. At the end of year 2, the children will need to complete the Key Stage 1 assessments. These are also known as the SATs, and they're set by the government, and they publish new tests every year. So we can't teach to the test. We don't know what it's going to contain. All we will do is make sure that the children are ready for sitting those tests at the end of the year. We won't make it formal, we'll make it as fun as possible, and we will do lots of practice, and the children will be familiar with what the content will be like and what it will look like, so that when they do come to sit them, they're not going to be flummoxed and unsure what to do. The way that it's structured is there are 2 reading assessments. Both of those focus on reading comprehension, and 2 maths assessments. So there's an arithmetic and there's a reasoning paper which the children will need to sit. We are able to do that in either whole class setting or in small groups or one-to-one. But when it comes to the reading, the children do need to be able to read it independently. We're not able to do any reading for them. With the maths, we are able to read out the questions for the children. Nearer the time, probably in the parents' meeting when I see you in March, I can give you a bit more information about how your child may access the tests. There are practice ones available for free online. If you just Google Key Stage 1 Pass SATs papers, you'll be able to see the kind of standard expected by the government by the end of year 2. We'll start doing practices towards this probably after the February half term, not too soon, about halfway through the year, because we do need to have taught the content of the curriculum first before we present the children with a test. The last thing I want to do is present the children with a test involving questions we just haven't covered yet. But do feel free to download them just so you can see for yourselves at this stage what's going to be expected by the end of the year. We do welcome volunteers here at St Mary's. If you do have a regular slot where you can come in and hear readers or come in and work with children, we would absolutely bite your hand off. So please come forward if you can offer that. We do need to make sure that you've had a DBS check. If you have got one already, it just needs to be in date. It needs to be valid. If not, as long as you can offer us something regular, so for example a couple of hours a week or an hour a week even, we will be able to get the DBS form put through for you here, because there is a cost attached to that. Otherwise, there may be something else that you'd like to come and share just as a one-off. So if you have any artistic skills or science skills or anything that you think you'd like to come and offer the children, please do come and let me know. You don't need a DBS for that because I will be here in the classroom with the children at all times. But for example, last year during the open day, we had a team of parents here teaching an art lesson, and the wonderful dragon that they created is still on display in the corridor because it's so wonderful. I've not had the heart to take it down. So please come and let me know if there is anything that you can offer us this year. Thank you. Okay, on to some general reminders. The PE days, as you already know by now, are Thursdays and Fridays. Show and Tell Day will also be a Thursday. I have put on the form that's been emailed out to you, no toys please, because the children do get really upset if they get broken or lost, or the other children take them off or want to play with them. It can be quite upsetting. You have your rotas, so you know which day your child can bring something in. There's no obligation. You don't have to bring anything in. I know some children are quite shy about doing that. I've deliberately left the last 2 weeks with an empty space, just in case by then some children who didn't want to do it earlier in the year now want to. They'll have an opportunity to do it later on in the year. And finally, I think I mentioned this earlier, but please do name every item of clothing. The last thing we want is for a child to get upset because they've lost their brand new hoodie. But we do find, even if things do go missing, if it's got the name in, normally it does come back again. So please, can you just double check? Thank you very much.